Okay, so let's say you don't like the idea of investing right now in US stocks. Maybe bonds don't interest you either, you're scared of commodities, and maybe you have no interest in foreign exchange. Well, what if you could invest in any other country on the planet besides the US? That's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you 4 simple ways to invest around the world. Okay, so you don't like the US markets, and I kind of agree, they're out of control, right? The bullish sentiment in the US markets right now, as of March 2017, is incredible. We're hitting all-time highs like every single day. So let's look around the world for some new opportunity. As always, these are not specific recommendations, and you should consult a professional before making any financial decisions. Okay, let's start close to home. Let's go south of the United States and head to Mexico. They've been in the news a lot lately since our new president, Donald Trump, took over. Will they pay for the wall? Will they not pay for the wall? Are we gonna deport illegal immigrants back to Mexico? Are we gonna let them stay here? Well, if you think Mexico has good days ahead, you can invest in an ETF called the EWW. Now that's the symbol, that's not what it's called, but it's the EWW, you can look it up, and they are focused on Mexico. See, what they did is basically do the work for you. The EWW is an ETF that goes and buys shares of large Mexican companies and puts it all in this one basket. So if you wanted to participate in the Mexican markets, you could do so by buying the EWW. Now the EWW has been higher since the beginning of 2017, but I should warn you, you have something here called headline risk and political risk. Of course, the Mexican government, our government talking about the Mexican government, has been in the news quite a bit, and you expect that to continue. Also, there's some political risk, right? There's a chance that the wall gets built and maybe Mexico gets shut out somehow, or maybe they do get forced to pay for it on the back end. You just don't know. There's a lot of politics involved between the US and the Mexican governments right now, so you have to say that there's a little extra risk there. Next, we'll go over to Brazil. The Brazilian ETF is the EWZ. It's one of the most popular ones out there, and what they do is they buy shares in Brazilian companies that are large and mid-size. Again, they do all the work for you by going to the Brazilian markets and buying the shares of those companies, and then letting you just buy one product to participate in all of Brazil. Now in 2011, the Brazilian market started a sell-off, a big one. But as of last year, it started to recover, and many of the Wall Street analysts at the moment have said that the bottom is in on Brazil and that pullbacks should be buyable. Their words, not mine. Next up, we'll head to Russia. Yep, Russia. If you want to invest in Russia, you can. The symbol is the RSX. And what they do is it's an ETF that goes and buys shares in companies that have at least 50% of their revenue coming from Russia or are incorporated in Russia. So again, they do the work for you, and if you want to buy shares in Russia but aren't quite sure how to do it, you can just buy the RSX. Now, in these ETFs, if you want to see the actual holdings, the companies that they go and buy, the easiest way to do it is to just type something like RSX holdings in a Google search, and that will take you very quickly to the top page, which is where you'll see the holdings. You can see the actual names of every single stock that's inside of each one of the ETFs that we've talked about today. Lastly, we got to talk about China. If you want to invest in China, one of the most popular ETFs to invest in China is the FXI. And what they do is they do the work for you again. They go invest in the top 50 largest companies in China, and you essentially get to participate in 50 very large companies that are based in China by just buying the FXI. So pretty cool there. Way to go over to China and not invest in the US. Okay, so there you have it. That is 4 different ways that you can go around the world, skip the US, and find other ways to invest. Of course, there are many more. There's basically one for every single country out there, and then there are even ETFs for groups of countries out there as well. If you made it through this video but you're falling asleep a little bit, well, then maybe you need a guy to manage your retirement accounts. If so, I hope you'll give us a call. That's what we do here at Jazz Wealth. We manage retirement accounts, we manage your market-related investments, and of course, we think you'll like why we're a little bit different. To get started, you can go to jazzwealth.com, click on Invest Now up at the top, fill out a simple short form. I will follow up with you directly to help you get your account open or transferred. If you have other questions, as always, you can leave a comment in this video description, or you can send me an email or contact me anytime directly at